Ahum, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Mary, and today I want to touch on just a little bit of how to connect to our universe. What is the universe? How it's made up based only on the information that we have at this time and space. Everything is going to change as we continue to evolve. But right now, based on technology and based on the spiritual understanding that we are able to grasp, this is what I am going to give you. Some of us are way out there and we understand a little more, okay? But even that is going to change as we continue to evolve because that is the law of the land and the universe, right? The the more levels of enlightenment and understanding we go through and reach, the more things are going to make even more sense, right? But here and now, we are given a set of learning tools to prepare us to understand so that then we can reach that next level with that information. And it goes on and on and on and on, right? Okay. So, what is the universe? What is the universe? And you think about, and I'm looking at my notes, been working on a lot of things that while I was a little under the weather in this human shield, um, came through as I connected to the quantum field and to the sources that were there to help me. I'm 58 now, so it's taken a long time. But I realized that when I received the information, that was the time that I needed to receive it, right? And even Mookie approves. What's the cosmos? What makes the cosmos? Okay, so we take stars and planets. Remember, suns are also stars. We take the space that it takes, galaxies, um, things like that, right? And with all that comes stars and other stuff, right? Like what we see when we look up, right? Um, but there's other stuff. There's the other stuff that makes up matter, right? There's other stuff, other types of matter. And with matter comes energy, right? So if you put all that in a soup bowl and you look at your soup bowl with all those things, you've got the universe. At this time of your life, you need to understand that all matter is energy. Everything is energy. This has energy. There is energy in my pen. Because if I get one of those fancy microscopes and I look at this, I'm going to see a bunch of atoms that are pressed together, but they have electrons and neutrons and photons and all those beautiful things, right? So it's still matter. Oh, that means it is energy. Heck yeah, it is. But you need to understand that, okay? Because that's not ingrained into us unless we decide to become physicists, right? right? Because once we decide where to go in our lives, then we're going to learn what we need to learn for that profession. But what does all matter is energy mean? It means that in your soup bowl, that universe that you made with stars and galaxies and planets and all forms of matter that you added to it, in there, you have an abundance of energy. Why do I say abundance? Because what exists in there is an abundance of infinite possible states of being and an infinite probable possibility that is infinite, just infinite. So, if you get quantum physics, the basic quantum physics, you're going to see that a quantum is a little unit of something, and I'm saying little because it's me, and everything for me is little, but it's a unit, a measurable unit, but of something, and everything is made up of quantized fields. Again, a quantum is a little unit of something. And I'm giving you the basic because I want you to open of something, right? You can't divide it. You can't break it up. Not that it wouldn't be possible or that it does happen. What I am giving you now is where we are in science and where we are in our spiritual enlightenment and level. We understand that a quantum is a unit of something that isn't divided. Instead, those little quantum units make up a quantized field. And there are many quantized fields, right? So if you take the fundamental blocks of the understanding that all matter and energy, think about this. What do we talk about? Atoms and protons and neutrons and electrons and photons and you name it, that make this matter energy. They're not particles. They're bundles of field energy, and they call it field energy. Now, this entire universe is made up of different types of quantized fields, just like this entire earth is made up of different types of people, animals, plants, minerals, quartzes, rocks. Exactly. Right? And just like the universe being able to be made up of all these different types of quantized fields actually come together in one single place. That one single place is a quantum field. It's a field, but everything converges into that one pot, that we started with and put our universe in, because they have those different quantized fields in it, has now become a single quantum field. So what could that possibly mean? Means that the universe, which includes our earth and includes us, we're just nothing other than a quantum field. We are all part of the quantum field. Therefore, reality exists in infinite possible states. Reality exists in infinite possible states. The universe is a field of infinite possibilities and infinite probable possibilities. So imagine how much that has opened up your brain right now. As an exercise, I want you to stop this video and I want you to go back. And I want you to start from the beginning and play that every once in a while. And I want you to draw it out, how you feel it is inside of you. Because the quantum field is where everything that is matter, which is energy, goes to. This is where shamans go to. This is where people that use quantum energy to heal go to. Because here is where we get the best medicine, and we can see from the eyes of the eagle. We can see what is going into that one quantum field, and we can actually pick your quantum timeline, and we can heal. Now, this requires many, many years for you to understand and to learn and to connect to that type of energy, because it is still energy, and energy is smart. Energy knows what to do. It's just that we are in this, and this needs to evolve. In our consciousness and in our subconsciousness, we travel to the field. We don't always remember because our brains cannot fathom. We are not at that point, okay, where we can collectively, or even, and collectively, yes, we can do healing, but we are not at a point where we can be consciously aware of what's happening when we travel into the quantum field. So shamans do travel into the quantum field. We do use the quantum field to do this enormous type of healing, but there are many other things that can happen if you know how to get there. There is no judgment in the quantum field, but there is great protection, because the number one law is to protect what the Creator has created. All right? Now, why is it that we need to connect to the universe? If we look at the universe, that soup pot, right, that we figured out that it was a field of abundant energy, and that abundant energy has infinite potential and infinite possibilities, and you know that you're a part of it, then you know that your makeup, you have this power of the universe in our hands. Why are we where we are today? Well, very simple. This here is not anywhere near the evolution of who we really are when we let go of the body. What is our job? We have a job. Matter has a job. Energy has a job. Quantum physics has a job. The quantum field has a job. Why would we not have a job as well? We are part of the quantum field. Therefore, yes, We hold the power of the universe in our hands. We do. We just haven't gotten there yet. And it's okay, because everything else has to evolve for us to get there. Like I said, it took me 58 years to be able to figure this out with help. I didn't do this on my own. I don't think I would be able to. There is help. And once you open yourself up, and and one of the ways that you help yourself up, you have to let, and this is where you have that power of the universe, you have to understand that there is a thing called, let's get them preoccupied with negative energies. They'll never know how to get out of there. They'll never know what to do. They're going to be so preoccupied for centuries. They're going to go to war. They're going to kill themselves off. They're going to kill themselves so they can come back over and over and over again. They're going to do so many atrocities. They're going to judge. They're going to bring chaos into creation. But creation of what? Because nothing else is happening in the universe. Creation here on this earth to the meat suit. So as we are still living that reality, here is this other reality that we are awakening to. Everybody's running, but some of us are taking shortcuts. Stop it, silly. Learn. Okay? There is a thing called false light. There is. And if you don't get what you wanted to get in this lifetime, you have other lifetimes that you can start where you finished here. Because it is your will, isn't it? Now, excuse me. Imagine what we can do if we start understanding and we start working with the power of the universe for positive outcomes to create the world we deserve, or the life we deserve. And I'm not talking about our spiritual life. Our spiritual life is doing what we're supposed to be doing. We are helping this body evolve into something so that it can get to those places, to that consciousness, fully awake. But it's the body that needs to go through that, okay? Anyway, let me digress, because this is a whole new different lecture. We don't remember this gift. We come here, and just before we get here, we're like, I'm going to do this. I'm never going to forget. I'm never going to forget. I'm never going to forget. And here we are. We forget. And then we get given a remote control and the great TV of life. And we're sitting on our sofa going like this. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's what we're doing, because we're being entertained not to be our best self. And now it's not our fault. Wake up. Make the choices now. Stop that insanity. Stop judging. Stop everything you're doing that continues to bring negative energies to you. Decide, make the choice. In this lifetime, what I have left, am I going to waste it so that I have to come back again and again and again? Or am I going to evolve the body, be part of the oneness, be a constructive piece of matter and energy that is going to help the cause to evolve. Isn't that wonderful that we have the choice to do that? Yeah, you're going to remember that are people in your family and your friends that couldn't get themselves out of their depression. Get help. You have that choice. Some people don't know that there's help out there. If you find people like that, get them help. There's a reason why you're looking at them and you're interacting with them, because they asked you sometime before they came into this world. It's not a coincidence we know each other, that they were going to need help, and you, which you don't remember, that's your job. But it's your choice and your will to help or not, isn't it? If you're going to do the right thing, you're going to help. You're going to take that person and find some way to help them. Take them somewhere to get help. Okay? So we've been conditioned to allow power to go to this little guy named ego. And this has created a sense of individuality, limiting us completely and making us believe that we are separate from the quantum field. Separate. Oh, I'm not like you. Really? Oh, you don't understand me. Uh, really? No, I don't understand the choices you're making, but I understand you. Oh, I am me. And you're going to hear people say, we're not part of the collective. Oh, yes, we are. You're going to hear people say, you are an individual energy. Yes, we are an individual energy, each and every one of us here in this plane. But we connect because we are part of that great thing called the oneness. Now, when we start understanding that we are part of the quantum field, just like we are a part of God, damn right I did. Okay? If we overcome this conditioning that we've been given to separate us from the oneness, which is exactly what was programmed, because imagine that back then, and they knew, oh, you can't tell me they didn't know. No, 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 no. I'm not going to believe that. No. People knew, man knew the extent of everyone's power. Man knew we were one with the oneness. Man knew what our energies were. Man knew physics back then. We just got dumbed down as we were conditioned to be. Why? So that we could not be the same. Here comes the separation. Here comes, let's give them ego. Let's give them a personification of something that will make them believe they are separate from us who are higher. Do you see now? So when we overcome that obstacle, we understand exactly what Jeshua said as he was transitioning into a light being, moving away from the physical body. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. It is a true statement. We don't remember because we have inherited from DNA to DNA to DNA to DNA to DNA. And we can, in this day and age, we can show how ancestral beliefs and conditions come through to our families and other ancestors in the future. This is why we nip it in the bud here and now. So when we overcome this obstacle, we understand who we are. When we understand that we have a connection to the universe, my God, when you sit and pray, who are you connecting to? Where is the creator? What is the creator if he is in that pot? This is why we are co-creators. You connect with prayer. You can connect. You can realize what you have forgotten that is your full potential. And we can tap and learn how to connect to that abundant resource. That soup bowl you made, that's an abundant resource of energy. Okay? That quantum field that we're in, that is abundant energy. Of course, people don't want us, or back then, people didn't want us to know what was there. And this has nothing to do with anything material. You're not going to go to the quantum field with an Amazon card and you're going to cash out. No. Our health, our well-being, the sense of joy, love, ease, grace, and peace will all of a sudden become the energy that you will experience every frickin' day. Because you will see things from a different point of view. How incredible is that? Now, let's connect, right? Right? Because when we connect to the universe, we actually can really, really, really bring out our intentions and they will manifest, because that is what the quantum field is for. Well, one of the things that it's for, right? When we align ourselves in the frequency of truth and integrity, right? We vibrate with the universe. And then we actually begin, as we learn to do this, we begin to tap into infinite possibilities. Now, all of a sudden, we're up here like the eagle, and we're seeing down on everything. We're seeing everything from a different point of view. Now, if you're an eagle and you're up that high, are you feeling any fears? No, because you understand that fear is an ego-based energy. And that energy, you're moving away, because there is no fear energy in the quantum field. If you want to be in that quantum field, you want to have access to the quantum field, you have to do the work. Quantum physics, science, there is work that needs to be done for you to get there. And fear and anger, anything that is negative needs to leave you, your consciousness. And it also needs to be removed from your physical body, from your chakras, from your photons, from your atoms. And that requires a lot of meditation, a lot of cleansing, a lot of alignments. It isn't, oh, boop, it's done. No. There is physical work that needs to happen. In science, there has to be physical work. And in spirituality, there has to be physical work. So once you remove ego, that is how you can start aligning yourself to the universe. Possibilities, infinite possibilities, and infinite probable possibilities. And here is where the principle of coherence, the principle of coherence comes in to help us connect to that universe. What is coherence? It's the logical, orderly, and consistent relation of parts. You remember the fields? When you're in a state of coherence, there is total and infinite synchronization between all parts of the quantum field. So since we're part of the universe, the way that, oh, there goes the neighbor again. Hi. Okay. So the way to connect to the universe is by increasing our coherence with the universe. And what do we do? What do we use? Brain and heart. Right? We can use and align the frequencies and vibrations of our bodies, mind, heart, and the frequencies of the vibrations of the universe to create a synchronicity, a line of synchronicity. It's your moment to sync up to the universe. And then when you're in sync, when you are in sync, that is when they call it entangle. Get entangled within the quantum field. You get picked up. Hey, here comes Mary. It's like when, what do you call those? When you go to, well, when I was a kid, I used to go to a park and they had these little round things, and then the kids would never stop going around so you can get on, and you had to hold on. You had two things and go round and round and round. I don't remember the name, but the roundabout or the round something. And then the kids would never stop. So you had to run, right? Synchronize yourself to that space you were going to go into, and then take a leap and entangle yourself. Your legs were everywhere. Your arms were everywhere. You were lucky you would hold on to that thing, and man, then you do the same thing to the next person that wanted to come on. Well, this is not any different. So when you understand coherence, right? When you understand coherence, and you start experiencing total synchronization between you as energy, as part of the quantum field, and the universe, and you start using your vibrations, and you start feeling the vibrations of the frequencies and vibrations of the universe, you are going to be able to create synchronicity. It happens in the shaman, with the shamans. When we are synchronizing our hearts to Pachamama, with our feet or with our hands, we touch Pachamama, and we bring in the energy of her heartbeat. What we feel is the heartbeat of the earth, and we synchronize it with ours. what is happening at that moment? We are using our brain and our hearts to create a coherence with Pachamama. If you can do that, then you can go even further. Now it's no longer Pachamama. You may be holding Pachamama, touching Pachamama, but now Pachamama is giving you even greater entrance to the great coherence between you, your brain, your heart, that of Pachamama, and that of the quantum field. Here is where you are creating that synchronicity. And then you are going to get yourself entangled quantumly into the quantum field. How do we do this? We do this in meditation. We do this with our heart chakra and there are chambers in our hearts that will allow us. You will learn that further on. Chambers of our heart that come to the aid for you. And there are parts of the brain that know how to turn on and know how to export you into the quantum field. And you are perfectly still in your meditative state. And at this point, I will guarantee you that you will be in a transcendental state all on your own, because you're going to be in this quantum field. Therefore, your body is going to be totally protected, untouched, perfectly taken care of. Energy is running through, healing, and holding you in its arms. And now you are one with the quantum field. Is this possible? Gosh darn it. Yes, it is. Okay. There's a beautiful book, Biology of Belief, Bruce Lipton. Okay. This is where he links, he talks about a link between matter and the mind, and how all the cells of your body are affected by your thoughts. This is real. This is not an illusion. Okay. What you believe affects your mind and your body. And then, because there's no judgment in your in the field, well, not in the quantum field, there is no judgment there, but in your personal field, you begin to perceive these things as reality. That's why we don't want disease to take form in anyone's body, because that means that you believe that there is going to be disease coming to your body, and it will. So we remove that as shamans. We help that spiritual healing so that that spiritual healing bleeds into the body. That's going to be another, well, that is already another lecture. Okay, so you need to understand, again, thinking about what I explained to you about the link between mind and matter, how your mind can make your body believe this. Well, if you believe you're not connected with the earth and the quantum field, then you will not ever vibrate at the frequency of the connection, because we are talking about infinite possibilities and infinite probable possibilities. You need to believe that there is the possibility. Because if you do not believe, you're not open to receive that opportunity. If you cannot believe that you are not separate from the earth and the universe, you will never get to that point. Once you start understanding and believing that you can and you are, then you come into direct alignment of that frequency, of that vibration, of the quantum field and it opens. It gives you access. Why am I going? If you don't believe I can help you as a student, why am I going to even offer teaching you? What am I doing? I can only teach those that want to be taught. It's not any difference. The quantum field will only open and allow you in if you know and you want to know. Not the one this way, but the one this way. Okay. We're going to sit quietly. I want you to take a deep breath. And here we are at a place in our lecture where we get to experience or try to experience or learn to experience what it feels like to journey in full conscious awareness into the quantum field or the universe. This is a place that if you turn around anywhere, you're going to see just pure darkness. All right? You can't even, you can extend your arm out and you're not going to feel anything. There is no depth. It's really incredible. The darkness in there and how you and other beings that are there, and the place where that quantum connection happens, that quantum source area where the past and the present and the future of all dimensions, of all possibilities and all probable possibilities are just going into that one place. It all integrates, it all entangles, because we are just a bunch of entangled atoms with intelligence and a purpose. So you will be learning to experience where you are. And I want to explain to you before we go there what it is that you might find, because a lot of people, they get scared when they see that there's a darkness around them. You must remember that when creation started to be created, there was nothing but darkness, which means there was really nothing there that would understand beings and what beings would need or would want. There was nothing there that understood, or for it to understand that for people like us, beings like us that are using our consciousness, there needs to be a constructive scenery that explains how the energy from past, the present, and the future all entangle and all work together into that one particular spot where everything goes through. It wasn't until shamans began, well, in this world, from this world, the shamans began to connect, that these intelligent energies began to see, how do we explain? How do we show? How do we communicate? Obviously through frequencies, obviously through light, through using and bringing in our clairs and our senses so that we know where we are, that we can pinpoint, we are here. Oh, we are in the mountains. Oh, we are in the field. Makes sense? So if you see darkness, just turn around. Because if there's darkness, you may be pointing the wrong way. Just turn around and you will see this enormous bright light. And around you, you will see other beings. They look quite different than we do in their shape, but they have the same light. Some a lot more light than others. But what we have in common in the field, number one, we believe, or we wouldn't be there. Number two, we can love, and we are there with love. That frequency of love is our door, our entry. And when we bring in that brain to heart coherence, and we finally ground our bodies physically, that opens our doors, not only in our woke consciousness, but also the doors open to the quantum field. There is the perfect equation. Is it going to happen the first time we do this? Probably not. It took me quite a few times. Quite. And every time I attempted, I learned something new. Oh, I don't need to. Oh, my mind is wandering again. I need to bring it back into my body. And that is what we're going to work with today. So I want you to sit down, because we're going to do this sitting. I want you to sit down comfortably. Take your shoes off. I want your feet to be on the floor. You could be sitting in a park under a tree. Go ahead. Put your feet on the tree roots or on the floor. You can put it on grass. You could be sitting at your home or your office. Take your shoes off. Put them on the floor. Now, the idea here, our minds will never be still. Our minds will never be quiet. And you're going to use that knowledge, that understanding to actually be present when you're doing this. Because when you feel your mind, your job, one of your jobs is to monitor where your mind is going and bring it back. So we are concentrating. We are meditating to do a job, right? We're going to start paying attention to our breath. Our breath is one that we will breathe in through our nose. We're going to hold it, allowing the intelligent energy within the atoms that we breathed in to fill us, and then we exhale through our mouths. I want you, when you inhale, I want you to feel the entire energy just come right inside. I want you to let that energy of the universe permeate your whole body and begin a sequence of healing. Is that our intention? When we breathe, and then breathe out. What we're breathing out is we're breathing out all our toxins. We're breathing out all our anger, sadness. breathing out everything and anything that would make us uneasy. And because of that uneasiness, it will bring dis-ease. This is where we begin to learn how we are manipulators of time and speed, and how we are able to use the quantum field for precise healing, communication, wisdom, and strong medicine. Now, this is a journey we'll be taking with full consciousness. So, it might take a few times for you not to fall asleep. The intention is for you to feel and to be completely consciously aware of what you're doing, what your body is doing, when to bring your thoughts back into focus, because it's a practice, right? So as we continue to breathe in and out, we begin to allow our anxiety, our stress levels, our sadness, we allow them to start leaving our bodies through our mouth. So when we breathe out, we breathe out trying to get most of the air out of us. And then we take that new breath in with new intelligent energy going into our bodies. As you feel your body relaxing, you might feel or hear your heartbeat right up here on your ear. Sometimes you feel it on your chest, and some of us even feel it rocking our bodies. Allow that to happen. That is your heartbeat. And your mind, your brain, is understanding that is your heartbeat. That moment of communication between your brain and your heart, as they come together and acknowledge each other, turns in coherence with your physical heart. Here you begin to release even more distress as this wonderful communication, this own entanglement that is happening between your heart and your brain. And as more of this distress gets removed and released, your brain begins to create these beautiful calming hormones that go through your entire body, surrounds your heart, bringing even more coherence into your heart rhythm. You begin to feel a type of synchronization between your brain and your heart. Allow them both to sync and do their job without you judging what they're doing. Your heart is fine. Your brain is doing what it's supposed to do. You are no longer in the center directing. You are feeling this beautiful miracle where your brain and your heart, the two most important parts of your being on this planet, synchronize without having to worry about anything. At this connection point, the quantum field begins to open because you are understanding how you, as a human being, do not belong between the two as we move forward in the quantum field. Now, as long as you continue to breathe in coherence with your heart, you're going to feel your mind will wander every once in a while, but it's okay. Bring them in back inside of you. Those thoughts, those memories. You need none of that here. You just continue to breathe in coherence with your heart. You start feeling a connection. At first, it's faint. Don't even try to explain it. Just let it happen. Feel your breath. Feel your heartbeat. Feel your brain tune into both of them. And all will become quiet. Suddenly, your inner voice begins to come out from your heart. This is your true voice. This is your language of love. Listen. Allow it to fill you from top to bottom. You know this. This voice begins to tell you it is time to feel Pachamama, or the earth's heartbeat. And how do we do that? Well, first, we need to understand what the Schumann resonance is all about. It is a frequency that the earth makes in its electromagnetic field. It runs through at 7.83 hertz. Here's where intelligence begins to commune. The Earth's electromagnetic field has a rhythm. We call that a heartbeat. After all, the Earth is alive, very much alive, very smart, and knows what to do. But this heartbeat is harmonic, and it holds a harmonic relationship with your electrostatic field. Guess what we're going to do next? We are in coherence with our heart and our brain. We are breathing. We are listening to our inner voice. We can feel our heartbeat. And now we will synchronize our heartbeat to that of the Earth's heartbeat. We are going to feel that harmonic relationship. And we're going to synchronize the rhythms of our brain with the divine resonance. Feel the Earth's magnetic field pulsate and beat. And on your hands, on your body, to your feet. Synchronize these with the rhythm of your brain. And now synchronize all of that with your own heartbeat. When we synchronize our heartbeat, our brain, to the Earth's electromagnetic field and its own heartbeat, we are now in a harmonic relationship with each other. We then are synced, all the rhythms together. This is called grounding. To connect to the universe, we first need to be grounded. We are carbon units. We are the meat suit. Therefore, the meat suit needs to be perfectly aligned, synchronized, but more so grounded. To begin to feel the connection with the earth. Now that we have heart coherence and body grounding happening, you may begin to see your desires in front of you. What is it that you've been asking for? Be careful what you wish for. For this area here, when we journey here, the purest of intention will manifest. Just like any other intention could manifest. Therefore, when you come here, you will come here in light, love, with compassion in your heart. And your intentions will be that which will harm none. Allow the images of what you desire to come to you. Make sure that those desires will not hurt anyone, or that those desires will not influence somebody's free will. Your intentions could be for food and shelter, it could be for a better job, but it could also be for non-material needs like love, peace, harmony, understanding, compassion, health. Now that you have expressed your intention, you are going to understand why you are always here, to feel your intention is critical. At this point, you need to have the acceptance that your intentions have already been manifested and that you are experiencing it. The shamanic population call this dreaming your world into being. It is here where we journey and can make anything happen. And by anything happen, I mean anything happen. There is no judgment here. Let's go back to our heart. Let's align, check that alignment within our heart and our grounding of our body on this earth. Let's check that synchronization with the quantum field. Is it there? Most likely. If your vibrations are high, if your intentions are high, you're going to feel these bubbles ripple out of your body. That's totally normal. You can gently bring them back beneath you so that this energy of this universe gets further connected with you, entangled with you, synchronized with you. You may feel that your heart is lifted, practically getting lifted away from your body. That is joy. That is unconditional love. It makes you and your heart the most buoyant, filled with positive energy. Let's connect with this buoyancy of joy. Let's see what you feel. You are in full awareness. You look around you, darkness. You see stars. You may see the galaxy. Maybe the representation that you're being given by your ancestors. Maybe someone that you feel is a guide. Maybe, just maybe, your guardian angel appears. Your spirit guides, ascended masters. Whatever you desire will manifest in this place. It is here where we do the work. We come here to gather wisdom. We come here for great medicine, not only ours, but to help others. Continue to feel your body and your heart being lifted without effort. Feel universal joy. They are so happy to see you. They are elated that you could be sharing space with them. As a beautiful light being, without the emotions that make you human, without the troubles that ground you to the earth, without judgment. And as they all come around you, your light shines even brighter. And it is here where you understand that we're not separate beings. We are all part of the oneness. Begin to feel, perhaps, just maybe, a more calming, loving energy. That energy embraces you. You begin to move, rotate very slowly. As you close your eyes, your head touches this being's heart, and you feel that heartbeat, and that heartbeat begins a journey in coherence with yours. And as that heartbeat synchronizes with you, you realize the amount of unconditional love that rushes through you. And this could only be one, our Creator. This is where we want to be. This is why we come here, so that we can feel as one, so that we can get the healing, so that we can understand what the Creator feels and has felt about everything that He has created. It is here where we all gather. It is here where we have access to the most beautiful and most reliant understanding of all. We are not alone. We are loved. We were made by love, in love, as love. We'll journey back 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feel refreshed and happy and joyful. Journal what you experience and share it with me. Ahum, you are loved.